Again, you're watching the Midday View on eNCA. I'm Dan Moyane. Now, the Beitbridge Border post in Musina, Limpopo, has been heavily congested during this past weekend. Trucks have been lining up for hours on end for the entire weekend. Motorists say this is because of an apparent system problem on the Zimbabwe side of the border. And this is affecting the processing time, the time it takes to process the movement of traffic across the Beitbridge. Well, my colleague is there finding out this afternoon. Silindelo Masikane joining us now live with the latest from Beitbridge. Silindelo, good afternoon and welcome to the Midday View. Thank you very much for your time. I mean, Beitbridge has been beset with all kinds of headaches for the last few weeks. In fact, just last week, I spoke to Gavin Kelly. He's the man who's responsible for the Road Freight Association. And the truck drivers are complaining bitterly. What's the latest? What can you tell us? Any improvement or movement at all?
Not at this stage, Dan, and it's quite unfortunate that these truck drivers, many of them, are spending days and nights here at the Beitbridge Border due to system failures as well as infrastructure upgrades on the Zimbabwean side of the border. My colleague Joel Matala is just going to give you a picture. We're actually right in front of the border post right now, and you can see even past the border itself, trucks are still lining up, queuing up, trying to get to the other side. Even trucks coming from Zimbabwe into South Africa are experiencing a similar problem. It's really a mixture of issues. It's not one particular issue. It's made up of delays in infrastructure upgrades. So the border post is really struggling to accommodate the number of trucks that are coming through the border. There's also been a new levy that's been introduced, about $200, which truck drivers were unaware of, that is also creating these delays, as well as a failing biometric system. Many of those in these queues have been here for days, almost 9 to 10 days. This particular issue, Dan, actually started around the 6th of October. So you can imagine those truck drivers who have been at this particular border for that time period. So we are seeing a number of different goods and services that are being delayed in terms of getting and reaching their various destinations. I'm going to ask Joel Matala to give you a picture of to my right. This is the South African side of the border, of course, and this queue, Dan, you would think it ends maybe a few meters, but it goes on for kilometers on end, at least 20 kilometers, I can say, because this particular snaking queue actually begins just as you're leaving Musina coming towards the border. Now, what's very interesting, Dan, which is another fact that we just found out, is that the trucks that you're seeing, most of the trucks that you're seeing that are in the front of the queue are goods and services that have been deemed either as a high priority or too dangerous to be sitting in the queues. Some of those goods being fuel. So this particular truck in front of you right now, you can see it's labeled LP gas. So it's also been brought to the front of the queue because it's been labeled as a high priority good that needs to get to the other side of the border as soon as possible. I'm going to try and cross over with my colleague to maybe get a sense from the truck driver himself, who's in the front of this queue, as to the process and when he actually got to this particular side of the border. Okay, ngizozama ungakhona ukuyahlala mhlawumbe kancane nje ufuna ukukhuluma nawe mangakhona. So I've just asked him to just come down. I was going to actually try and get up to him, Dan, but it's actually a bit too far for me. I'm a bit short for that situation, but he is going to come down just to give us a sense as to how. Thank you, Dan. Ninjani baba?
Ngiyaphila.
Ngiyaphila. Ngitshele ufike nini la eBorder nokuthi isimo sinjani njengoba ufikile la eBeitbridge?
Ngifike izolo ngaboma 11.
Yeah.
I-traffic yakhona icala eMusina ngale, so manje kunzima ukuthi udlule la eBorder.
Manje wena ufike izolo, ufike njani ukuthi ufike la phambi kwe line ngespeed so?
kunamaphoyisa national yibo basescottayo ukuthi sifike la ngoba silayishe dangerous goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Emakhuluma namanye ama-truck driver bathini abanye bafike nini la?
Abanye bana boma 1 week something. Abanye bana boma 2.
Yeah.
No movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ngiyabonga. Ngiyabonga. Did you want to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, are you a truck driver?
Yes.
Okay, when did you get to Beitbridge and what goods are you carrying?
I'm carrying LPG gas. I arrived here yesterday, but luckily, and we want to thank those national traffic corps. They come to assist us, especially us who are pulling dangerous goods, LPG gas. These long queues, they are here for long. So some drivers, they are taking mbaula gas, cooking outside, smoking. They don't even know the dangers of dangerous goods.
Yeah.
But these traffic corps, I started to see them today. Maybe they are from Joburg or Polokwane. We appreciate them. They come in the queue and take us out from the queue. Then they let us park near Musina since morning. Then they come and escort us. That's how we reach here now.
So is it dangerous for you carrying gas to be in a long queue?
Yes, very, very dangerous because other people, they are not taught, they know nothing about gas. Others, they come and smoke. Others, they even cook near our trucks. So it's very, very dangerous. So we appreciate even your intervention to come here and interview us. We would like Transport Minister or whoever who is responsible to keep an eye on this border. These cops, sometimes they don't hear us, but we have strategy. And in these long queues, there are some people who doesn't even have papers. They just join the queue waiting for their papers. Others, we have papers since yesterday, but we can't even move because they block all the way. So we appreciate. Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
All right, you can hear that, but and that there are some interventions taking place in terms of those dangerous goods being escorted towards the front of the queue. But then the question remains, what about those that have been here for more than a week? What happens to them? We are expecting a statement from the Department of Home Affairs to just give a sense around what else the department is going to be doing to try and assist those, especially on the South African side of the border, to try and get through as quickly as possible.
Thank you very much for that latest update there from the Beitbridge border post between South Africa and Zimbabwe. Silindelo Masikane reporting there. Now,